Alright. Let's get back up here. Alright. What we're going to do here is a quick lesson on how to land the F-16 Falcon. Alright. Now, I've had problems landing this bird in the past, primarily because the thing about the F-16 is when you do your approach, you have to maintain a high attack. That is, while the nose is pointed up in the air, the plane is flying, or while the nose is pointed above the horizon, the plane is flying horizontally, and you have to maintain that angle of attack, which is kind of weird. And using your angle of attack indicator, the little donut, and maintain that approach until you touch down. Well, the problem is, for me anyway, a lot of times the vertical speed gets away from me, and I wind up crashing the nose down into the runway. So I have discovered a new technique for landing the F-16. What it is you want to start at a relatively high approach. In this case, right pad is about 1,000 feet above sea level. So I'm coming in at about 2,500 to 3,000 feet up. And instead of maintaining a high angle of attack, my plan is to come in with my nose pointed at the runway. Now what that's going to do is I'm going to build up airspeed to the point where I'm coming in too fast. My plan is to level out and pop the speed brake just when I'm on short final. Now what that's going to do is, if you ever used the speed brakes before, whenever you open them up, not only does it slow you down, but it puts your nose up. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. Alright, a little bit low. Gear down. Okay, so right now I'm coming in too fast, 206 knots. That little circle in the middle of my HUD predicts where I'm going to touch down. So I'm at 203. I'm going to maintain the speed, maintain this pitch. I'm going to point that little circle where I want to touch down. And just when I pass over those trees, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the speed brakes. Okay, 20 knots, too fast. Speed brakes out. There's a donut, give a little gas to maintain the speed. There you go. Speed brake still out. Keep the nose high. Aerodynamic braking. Idle throttle. Maintain center line. Speed brake is still out. Slow down, damn you. And when I'm about 110, I can start tapping on the brakes. Alright, let's go ahead and watch the instant replay and see how that works. Alright, as you can see, this is an angle you normally take when you approach. You're flying this way, but your nose is pointed this way. And if you try maintaining that approach, number one, you can't see the runway very well. And number two, it's very easy for the vertical speed to get away from you. And you'll smack into the ground. So we'll go ahead and put the gears down. And I'm still a little bit nose high. But what I'm going to do now, there's a runway. And yes, I did a bad pass. I did a bad approach. What I'm going to do now is, and here's the important part, the nose is going to point down towards the runway as opposed to maintaining a high angle of attack. And by doing that, I'm going to build up a little bit of speed. There the nose goes pointing down. And I'm going to be coming in too fast. But once I'm short final, that is, once I pass the tree line, which is coming up, right about there, I'm starting my flare. Pop the speed brakes. There they are right there. And beautiful touchdown. Maintain. Keep the throttle back. Keep the nose wheel off the ground. Aero braking, that slows you down. Keep the speed brake out all the time. And let the plane roll to a maintainable speed where you can apply your wheel brake. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you land the Aerosoft F-16. Alright, to prove that my technique works, I'll try this again. Runway 24, Red Pad Air Force Base. Yeah, that's 24. Just did a takeoff. I'm going to try this again using the technique that I just demonstrated, and let's see if it works. Let's do my upwind. I want to take it up to about 5,000 feet. Near the altitude I need to be at. Downwind. Still maintaining my climb. Feet. There's runway right there. Let's go up a little bit more. Get up to about 5,000 or 4,500. And once the base of that runway is over my left shoulder, I can go ahead and make my turn to base. Every time I move my view down is to look at my compass. Here's where I track whether I'm on upwind, downwind, base, or final. Alright, to the 5,000 feet, that's about right. Slow down. Okay. Need to come left a little bit. There it is right there. I want to make sure the 24 is right at that marker. Okay. Still flying away from it a little bit. Gas. Should do it. Trying to keep my speed between 190 and 220 at this point. This version of the F-16 does not have flaps, or it has flaps, but they're automatic. You don't have to set them. Okay, let's bring her up to about 4,500. There's the runway right there. Alright. Come on, gas. Nose down. And the dist. point, I'm going to make a slow turn to final. I'm going to go ahead and skip the base. Okay, let's pause this for a second. There we go. There. Slow down. Alright. It's going to be a steep approach, but that's fine. So, my throttle is all the way back at my 3,700 feet. Left, right rudder. I'm going to use my altitude to maintain my speed. Gear down. Getting down below 3,000. Give it some gas. Okay. Leave my left turn to final. 2,300 feet. That's a little bit lower than I want to be. There we go. Rudder, left aileron, some gas, and now I'm going to point my nose down at the runway. If I need to give it gas to maintain that attitude, that's fine. At this point, the plane is going to speed up faster than it should be, but that's okay. Take it up to about 220 or 230. Point my reticle right where I want to land, and as soon as I'm at short final, which is about here, I'm going to go ahead and pop the speed brake. It's going to slow me down. And between my throttle and my stick, I'll have a lot more wiggle room to land. Okay, idle. Put back on the stick. Wait until that donut pops up. There it is, and just touch down. Maintain back pull on the stick. Speed brake is still out. Maintain the back pull. Let airspeed bleed off till it's about 110. Need a nice long runway to do this. Okay, I can't wait for 110. Start hitting the brake. And that's it. And let's take a look at that from the outside. Okay, I already have the gear down here. I'm making my slow turn to final. The trick to this landing is, don't come in with a high angle of attack. Come in like you're landing a regular general aviation aircraft. You will be too fast as you approach short final. But once you're near short final, deploy the speed brake. And as the aircraft begins to slow down, you'll have plenty of wiggle room to use your thruster or your thrust and the stick to control your landing. In other words, you have greater control of your vertical speed. And it works terrific. There it goes. Maintain the pullback on the stick. Use air braking to slow down. I thought my speed brake was deployed, but I guess it wasn't. Well, hope you found this useful. Flightsimguy here. I'll see you next time.